So in 7.1, we need to write a fraction in the simplest form. Many students will think that you need to do it in one go. Actually, no, you don't need to simplify it in one huge number. So here in the textbook, they actually ask you to divide it by the highest common factor. But I wouldn't recommend it like that because there are so many other ways to do it. To me, I think it's easier if we just keep trying to find and divide it by, let's say, 2, 3, 5, so on and so forth. Small numbers so that we make lesser mistakes. Because bigger numbers, there's a chance of making a mistake. But for small numbers, I think that the chances are slimmer. Okay, so now if we need to simplify a fraction, it is very important that we do the same to the numerator and the denominator. For example, given here is 6 over 18. Well, let's make it into a bigger number, 60 over 180. If we were to simplify this, there are so many ways that we can do it, but do whichever that you find it easy. So for instance, here you see 8 here, there's 1 0 here, there's another 0 here. So why not I just divide both by 10? It's fine, nothing wrong there. I may not get my simplest form, but I will still progress towards that direction. Then 6 over 18, maybe I want to divide it by 2 because I see that both of them are even numbers. I get 3 over 9. It's like, okay, both looks like a multiple of 3. Then I also divide it by 3, divided by 3. Then I get my answer at the end is 1 over 3. Slow and steady steps, and then you will get it. Not necessary to use your highest common factor. Okay, what is meant by the question that if you use your highest common factor? So you can actually take these two numbers, or just highlight them, this number and this number, and find the highest common factor. So here we just write 60, 180. Well, I can just write maybe 10 here, 680, and 3, 6, 2, 1, 3. So we stop here. This is a HCF is equals to 10 times 3 times 2, 60. So what is meant by the question is that from here, immediately I divide by 60, divide by 60, I get my answer here directly. So that's how I'm supposed to go about if I use the highest common factor. So if you don't use it, you can slowly just do it this way, number by number and number. I find it easier this way because this is what I would normally do. So now they ask us to write the fraction 60 over 72 in the simplest form. 60 over 72. So let's make it simpler. I would divide it by 2, divided by 2, since both of them are even numbers. I get 30 over 36. Then I also divide by 2, divide by 2. And I get 15 over 18. And here it doesn't seem to be able to be divided by 2. Let's try 3, I think 10. 5 over 6, and then that's it. I find this way easier than doing my highest common factor because to me it's just the same thing. For instance, I do 2 here, 30, 36, 2 again, 15, 18, 3 again, 5, 6, and HCF is equals to 3 times 2 times 2. This number comes from here. It's equals to 6 times 2, 12. So I'm just going to take 60 over 72, divided by 12, divided by 12, 5 over 6. Same answer, but bigger number. I don't really like bigger numbers here because that will confuse you. So I prefer to do it step by step, slowly, but it is up to you. Some of you may be able to do it, but eventually you don't really need to do it because you can use your calculator, and your calculator will always give you the simplest form. It's just that you need to know the underlying concept in order for you to explain if you need to. Okay? Don't forget to like and subscribe.